Good morning, everybody. It's me, Sam Martin, and Eric Knight of the Prescott Times with our special guest, John Haas. Man, I tell you what, guys, I am very excited. One, because our intro is awesome. Two, it's Friday. And three, we have a special guest. I love when we have special guests on our thing. But before we get started with everything, everybody, Eric, tell everybody what day it is.
All right. So a couple of people were commenting yesterday, Chinese New Year, but today is actually the start of Chinese New Year.
Today is
the start of Chinese New Year. Yep. So if you ever do business with China, then you will not hear from them for about 10 days.
Why is that, Eric? Do you know that just because they check out?
They do. They actually go home. So it's a very different culture. And so they go home for a significant amount of time because they work 6 days a week. And this is kind of like their big break. And they go home to their families, back to their like home provinces. And that's kind of the deal.
Oh, my gosh, man. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think that a lot of people do that. I mean, but then again, migration right now is probably a little bit too hard for everybody. But guys, I tell you what, this is the best part about this morning show is that we are always trying to go ahead and bring out something that is never being brought out to our community. And today's special guest is actually really something that is special for our community and also for the future of our economy, I will assume. And Eric actually has a little bit of a stake in this meeting for this morning. And so I would like to go ahead and just allow you guys to open up, and then I will throw in a couple questions here and there. But let's just get the show started and tell everybody who you are, John, and what makes you famous.
Well, thank you very much for having me on the show this morning. And of course, it's the year of the ox, and always good to know about the Lunar New Year. The new moon was yesterday, and so the new year always starts on the first day after the actual new moon in the month. So it's a great time to be on here. So I came here in 2013 to Prescott to start the Cyber Intelligence and Security degree program at Embry-Riddle. And while I have been there, I've noticed what a bunch of great and smart and talented kids. And darn it, if as they graduate, they don't just all of them go to Silicon Valley or Phoenix or LA or Washington, D.C. And very few of them stay here, even though they have some great ideas for new companies, for new innovation. And a lot of times the capstone projects that they do could turn into companies. And so about 5 years ago, I started talking about this thing. I said, what we need is a center for the future. What we need to do is we need to have a place here in Prescott where people can incubate new companies. And so I started talking about that over and over to anyone who would listen. And about just this past summer, the Prescott City Council said, yeah, we want to support this. And we can actually help with a little bit of funding. And so that's what really kicked it off from being just an idea that I was working on and getting people excited about to now having something really started. And right now, we're just in the process. And I think you mentioned Eric, because SimpleWAN, Eric's company, is one of the first companies to actually take advantage of some space, some office space that we have downtown that is available to help incubate and accelerate young companies. And I know SimpleWAN is really going gangbusters, and they're using that space downtown on South Marina Street near City Hall to really grow their company. I mean, that's just
that is amazing.
It is. So there's a big plan here, right? And so kind of talk about that. This is not just what they're calling the annex down at downtown. There's a reason for this. Can you talk a little bit about the brain drain? Let's start there. That's going on.
Sure. Sure. One of the challenges, as I mentioned, is whether it's Yavapai College, Prescott College, Embry-Riddle, the students come here to get educated, and we have hundreds and hundreds of students every year that graduate with an associate's or a bachelor's or other types of degrees. and they have all this intellectual property, their brains, their training, and they leave this area. And then so we aren't benefiting from all that education. So we call it the intellectual capital brain drain. And what we wanted to do was stop that. So he said, why not create something that will allow people to stay? And so right now, although we're just starting with a small space downtown, the vision is to have a campus. Some of you may have seen that big company, CP Technology, building out there north of the airport. And what we imagine is that there will be more companies that are attracted to come to Prescott. And I think the pandemic has accelerated it because people are realizing I don't have to live in very expensive San Francisco or Silicon Valley, or who knows, even Austin is getting pretty expensive these days. I could work from beautiful Prescott where I could enjoy a quality of life, a balanced life and work. And I could work from here because we've got internet, we've got all the things that are needed to make a business successful. And so that's the seed of the concept. And so we've already got a number of companies that are interested in this, and we see it growing to the point where in a few years we'll have another building built that will allow us to expand beyond the current about 3,400 square feet near City Hall, called the City Annex that Eric was talking about.
That's good. There's actually a lot of comments in the chat here, and I know a lot of these people, and they're basically, they have relatives, they have people, children that have left the area because they wanted high-tech jobs and have left for San Francisco and Seattle and things like that. And so I think everybody's really happy to see this. I know a lot of people that I worked with in Phoenix as well that were from here, and there was no work. There was there was nothing for them to do here. So I think the running joke is if they graduate at 10 a.m. on a Friday, they're in Phoenix or somewhere else by 6:30. And that's really, really too bad.
Right. And we did a study about 2 years ago and found that a stunning 24% of our population was below the poverty level here in Yavapai County. And 35 or 36% were driving over 50 miles to get to work. And what that means by and large is that they're actually commuting down to Phoenix and choosing to live up here, but finding their work down there in Phoenix. And really, we want to expand our economy up here, have more opportunities, because for every high quality job, we've seen all around the country in large communities and small, that you get about 3 to 4 other jobs around those quality jobs. And so we see that over the next 7 years or so, this could bring 500, 1,000 or more new jobs to the region. And then all of those houses that are being built can be filled with families with young kids, rather than just attracting people that are coming here to kind of retire and not be the same part of the economy as a family would be.
Right. Well, and that's what I think the Prescott City Council is concerned about, is a retirement community is just not sustainable for a long term, because we're going to have a boom of population and then a bust, and housing prices will be affected. I mean, so many of these things will be affected, and we'll just have no young people here. And we're getting a lot of comments, and so I'd love to connect you with some of these people. John, can you tell us a little bit about the types of jobs that we're talking about here and the pay structures? You had mentioned that a lot of Prescott is below, and this is not just Prescott. This is the whole Prescott.
No, Yavapai County.
Yeah, the Yavapai
Prescott
County
region.
Yeah, and so and this whole program is designed for it as well. I think the future plan is to have something out towards the airport. So it's kind of more right center in the Tri-City area there. But can you describe what these jobs, what kind of jobs they are, and what kind of pay these people are looking like?
Sure. And it's a variety of types of jobs, because, of course, a company today not only needs talent that understands things like software or things like hardware, but they also need the business people that are associated with the company. They need the people that understand how to build a company and grow a company. And a typical future-proof. Nothing's future-proof, but there are a number of areas like cybersecurity, like unmanned aerial systems, like the types of things that are happening with electric vehicles and the supply chain associated with those, testing equipment, assembly of circuit boards. These are the kinds of jobs that we would normally say, oh, those are only found in Silicon Valley or other places like this. Well, not anymore. We can have those kinds of jobs here, and they pay well above the median pay scale in the United States and in the area here. The median income for a family of four in the area is about $54,000, roughly speaking. So these are the kinds of jobs that could bring something more like 65, 70,000, and perhaps up as that grows. And so we're excited to have that kind of opportunity. And we're seeing companies moving here and interested to move here, contacting us all the time about, well, gee, we'd like to have a small group to start with as a work group, and they would be part of our larger organization. And so how can we get started? So people are coming to us to ask, where do we begin? And now, of course, we can tell them we have a space here and we have a plan to grow.
And to comment, there's a lot of people in the group that are like, stop coming here. I mean, people are going to come here. And it's about setting up the right conditions so the people that we want come here, which are higher paying jobs, not lower paying jobs, things like that, not people that don't have work. And so this is a way to kind of encourage that. But also this affects not just those jobs, but those people then spend it here locally, to local businesses, to local food. And do you have an idea of what kind of impact that has on the economy when they can spend their money locally?
Yeah, it's a tremendous impact. And that's why for every job that is created, you create 3 to 4 other jobs, because they are going to shop here. They're going to put their kids through school here. They're going to need their car fixed here. They're going to buy their insurance here. So all of the things that go about your day-to-day business, instead of being done somewhere else, it's going to be right here in the Quad City or Tri-City area, which is going to help all of us, all the economies, not just Prescott. And what we know is that we want to be partnering with all the communities, all the educational institutions, and the different groups to help make this successful, because we have to do it as a team. It was very successful to get the airport upgraded, and that happened because we got together as an entire area and said, yes, we all want this. We're all going to support it. So we're doing the same kind of approach with the Center for the Future, and we've created a nonprofit organization to help make that a reality. And so we're partnering with companies, with individuals, and with other nonprofits. In fact, the Prescott Chamber of Commerce Foundation, which is a 501c3 not-for-profit, is our fiscal sponsor because we are just a young not-for-profit organization, and they can help provide us the services to help us be able to grow and take donations and be able to provide tax deductions for those people that want to participate or sponsor this kind of activity in the region.
So I believe the Center of the Future and this whole thing is also a nonprofit as well, correct?
Well, the Center for the Future is a project within the nonprofit called Prescott Regional Opportunity Foundation. It's a mouthful, but a nickname Prof. And so the first project is the Center for the Future project. And it was organized this way so that we can take advantage of grants from the federal, state, regional, and local governments, because most of the time these kinds of offerings can only be done through a not-for-profit. And so the way that we've structured it, it allows organizations to partner with us. And that's really great, because one of the things we're attracting and we've been speaking to is people like venture capitalists or angel investors who want to set up a fund, and then that could be managed through the not-for-profit. So it's really a unique structure to the region, but it's not unique in the United States. For instance, up in Flagstaff, they have one that's about more than a decade old called NASET Moonshot. Down in Scottsdale, it's called Sky Song. There's another one called Coplex. Out in Silicon Valley, it's called Plug and Play. So these things are happening all over in large communities and small. Up in Durango, Colorado, for instance, which is a quarter the size of the Prescott area, they have one that's about 7 years old, and they have been really successful. They've created over 150 new jobs, high quality jobs in Durango doing this. So we can imagine being able to outperform Durango, Colorado. Well, in 7 years, instead of having 100 some jobs, we could have 500, 600, 700 jobs attracted to the region.
This is necessary and great for sure. A lot of people are commenting they want to be involved. You already have a lot of great people involved as well. I continue to pitch that there are so many angel investors. There's so many people that are looking to invest their retirement. There's a lot of people looking to give back to the community. They want to know how to get involved. So what's the best way to get in touch with you and also get involved with this whole thing?
Well, we do have a website, and it does have a contact information, and it's called Center for Future Prescott.com. So all one word. And that has information about it, has a little video on the front page. And then the best email is info, I-N-F-O, at centerforfutureprescott.com. And that will allow you to see who's involved right now. We don't have everyone listed on there. We're always doing a refresh on the website, but we've got a board of advisors with some great people. We've got a board of directors that's helped guiding the not-for-profit. And we are adding people to help us all the time who are giving back through in-kind donations. For instance, much of our legal has been donated to us as part of an in-kind donation to help us get structured and do the right thing.
Good. And to let everybody know that's listening, that's what's important here is if you have a local business, this is important to you because you're going to need future staff employees. You're going to need a healthy business community, and smart people are part of that. And you may think, oh, I don't need a cybersecurity expert, but you'd be surprised where the world is going. And if you don't have these smart people in your community, we're going to be left behind. And so this is amazing. I put the link in the comments for both YouTube and Facebook. John, is there anything else you want to tell everybody before you head out?
No, I mean, we're excited. We're just at the beginning. We're going to have a ribbon cutting coming up soon, so that should be publicized. We are still just digging out from the storm, and we have a few little fixes on the building to be done. But we plan to open it up. We have 2 more companies moving in just this week. And so it'll be exciting with the folks that are coming, and we want to get other people involved. People like SCORE, the people that are for the retired executives. So we would like to get the kinds of people that want to give back to have a chance to do that and see their children and grandchildren stay here in the region.
Yeah, and so to that note, if anybody's watching this from outside of Prescott and has a technology type startup that may be a fit for this, please reach out to John. As well as if you're a local community member and have the resources and or have a startup moving, it'd also be a good idea to reach out to him as well. Absolutely, and I look forward to it. Thanks, Eric, and thanks for having me on San Martin, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and it sounds like you got more stuff coming on, so we're excited to have you back when those projects develop. We will. We'll be there also for the red ribbon cutting. We'll be there. Excellent. Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Wow, that was amazing.
I really honestly acknowledge the importance of technology in a way where it's actually becoming a more prominent thing here in good old Prescott, Arizona. So thank you for bringing that on, Eric, and thank you, John, for actually giving us the opportunity to hear of all the good things that are happening. So I appreciate that, and I really think that we can have an actual a moment to, think about the importance of this, having jobs where people will be able to stay in the town that they love rather than having to move out of town and going to another location where they're not happy and to come back, return. I mean, it's been the normal for Prescott because, just to face it, there's not really any good jobs, especially if you go to college for a certain type of job. So that's amazing. I think you guys are doing great, Eric. Thank you for letting getting John to come on and talk with us. We had a lot of great responses. And as Eric said, go back to the links that he has already posted and reach out to John if you guys have any ideas. I see that there was one person on there that said that they brought their technology to Prescott and they are actually able to move their organization and what they do to good old Prescott and run it out of Prescott. That's amazing. So
yeah, yeah, they said they own part of an international software company. They started it from scratch in 2008, and glad to help others start out. And marketing director, things like that, bringing it to Prescott. So they said they both work remotely here, and that's it. Hopefully they can help bring more people here.
Yeah, well, I think you have her message us, Eric. I mean, hopefully she could help us with a little bit of whatever they got going on. We'll like to go ahead and help you guys if you need it. I mean, I'm here. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about today's weather and today's news. Obviously, like always, guys, if you guys want to know anything that's going on in the Prescott area, you have to go to theprescotttimes.com to see all these news releases. But we will talk about a little bit of this right now. So check this out. This is what the idea is. Today, it's crazy, Eric. It literally jumped up to 30% chance of rain today.
What happened to the snow?
You guys,
what happened to the snow?
I don't know, Eric. I think it's too warm for that. But tonight, it could be cool enough to go ahead and have snow. So, guys, be prepared for that. Make sure you dress warm and make sure you dress for the occasion because that's exactly what's happening. And as people are starting to move here, and as John said, they ended up having the hand involved to bringing a new airport to Prescott, Arizona, which is being built right now. And they ended up adding another flight company to Prescott, so we could have a flight from Prescott to Phoenix. And so we don't have to do the driving, don't have to do the parking, don't have to leave your car over there. You can literally fly out of Prescott for this. So we will be there on Monday doing the red ribbon cutting for Boutique Airlines from Prescott, Arizona. And then immediately after this red ribbon cutting, we're going to be doing a tour of the airplane at 3 p.m. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Monday. But this talk about more businesses that are closing, Eric. Oh, I'm so upset with this one. This one right here is where it kind of hits home because COVID has definitely hit a bunch of people, and I think it's actually doing its toll on employment, on finding good help, finding people that are willing and wanting to work, but because they're getting paid to stay at home, it's really hard to find these things. And I'm not saying that this is the reason why this place closed down. It just seems like it's a constant thing that's happening. But we end up losing a good restaurant that's been here since I don't know when. It's been here forever. And everybody seems to be saddened by this. And it sucks because, the people that are sad right now, the people that are sharing this post, where were you to help out this company? And not saying it was our fault that this place is closing, but Iron Springs Cafe is closed down, and we don't know the actual story of what happened. We could probably try to find that out, but just the fact that it's actually closing and it's been a pillar to the north side of, or no, is it east west side? I don't even know what side it is.
Northwest side of the community,
yeah, northwest side. It's just been there in our community for a long time. So to see one of those buildings
about the building is really cool. That was the old train house from out at Drake, right?
We need to find the history. If you have history, Eric, then I really don't know because there's a lot of history.
I believe that was the old train station out of Drake, and it was moved over there, and it became that restaurant quite some time ago.
That's amazing. I mean, I didn't even know that. I've been here all my dang life. So it sucks to go ahead and talk about somebody that's closing down, but this is an important moment that we could actually really think about. Think about those businesses, those small town businesses that are in need. I wish that all the businesses that are out there that are struggling and that are in need of assistance for marketing their place would just reach out, because ultimately we know about this. We actually are living it ourselves, and acknowledging that we have awesome platform that we could get your name out. And I'm telling you that we were just shouting people out because we love the economy. We love the businesses in Prescott, Arizona. And we all need to work together as a complete unit. So community is a big thing for us. And we would love to go ahead and reach out to anybody that's struggling, anybody that is in need of some marketing. And I mean, come on, just reach out. Don't allow your pride to not reach out, guys, because ultimately we all need help. And what we're suggesting that we help you today, help us tomorrow when you are doing better, because that's what we really want to see. We want to see everybody make it, and it sucks. I hate to say all these things that are happening for some of the local economy, but it's happening, unfortunately. So such a sad moment.
It is. Is there any massive press releases or events? I know there's doing food boxes again tomorrow, right?
Yeah, this is out of control. Yesterday, well, they ended up doing it over at the police station in Prescott Valley, and over 300 food boxes were distributed within an hour.
Wow.
An hour. Like, it was that fast, of how fast those food boxes ended up just leaving. They did one right the day prior at Little Deal Little Prices again, and they had 200 boxes there. So completely 500 to 600 to 700 boxes in 2 days have been distributed to the community of Prescott Valley. So guys, if you are in need, you are more than welcome to go ahead and reach out to Real Hope Inc. They are able to go ahead and help you. If they're not able to help you with the free box, they do have at Maya's Mercado $50 food boxes, which really is a lot of food for $50. So make sure you take advantage of that. I mean, you really honestly don't need to be in need to get those things, but ultimately, guys, if there's somebody out there that needs help, please just reach out. We'll try to find you an avenue to go ahead and make sure that you're on your feet.
I do have to bring up, all these people are volunteer, and so if you can help volunteer, certainly reach out to them, because this is a lot of work. I mean, they're unloading full tractor trailers full of food boxes that they're bringing in, and so this is not only time consuming, it's costly for these people to do. So if you can donate your time, reach out to them. I think they'd love the help. I mean, you can see almost everybody there. They're all volunteers. And if you need something, it's funny because when we started talking about these food boxes originally, San Martin, they had extras, right? There wasn't a huge draw. Now it sounds like if you're not there the second they open, you're not going to get any.
Yeah, and once again, if you can't get there, let somebody know, because ultimately we'll find somebody to help you guys. I'm pretty sure that they do got some great people volunteering and willing to go ahead and put out their hand to help out those in need. So guys, remind yourself, we are a community and we are here to help out the community in a big way. So guys, do not feel afraid to go ahead and reach out, because we do not want that in our community. I mean, in most cases, this is the reason why we move to towns like this, is because we want to go ahead and have that hometown feeling. And one of the main reasons I never moved out, Eric, is because I'm so freaking comfortable here. Just say, if I want to go find a good mechanic, I know where to go. If I want to go and find some good food, I know where to go. If I want to go ahead and find a local place where we can go ahead and have a couple drinks, I know where to go, and that's the comfort of having a small town feeling. So, anyways,
a lot of posts in the group, people that are, I just came here and I fell in love with the feel of the town. We can grow and still get that feel. I certainly, hopefully we don't lose that common courtesy and feel and care about your neighbor kind of thing. But on that note, any other news stories, because we are now over time?
No, negative. Once again, yes, of course, there's a lot of news stories, Eric, but you have to go to the PrescottTimes.com. We can't fit it all in our 30 minutes. And because of our special guest this morning, we weren't able to talk about it, but you can go to the PrescottTimes.com to go ahead and check out all that info. We wanted to also discuss the $100 giveaway. So let me go ahead and make a post about that. So reach out to us or see our post on the Facebook page. The Facebook page. and we'll go ahead and bring it to light what we're doing, how we're going to go ahead and conduct business today, and this is what our deals are. So
excellent. And don't forget, we have two. So we'll have a special event Monday. We'll be out at the airport, right, doing the tours and stuff. And then Tuesday we have another special guest.
Oh, nice. Yes, we do have a special guest on Tuesday. Well, it's going to be later on in the day. It's going to be Officer John Brambilla of the Prescott Police Department talking about the new weed laws, new marijuana laws on how and what not to do in order for you guys to stay safe and out of the crosshairs of being in trouble for doing the things that you do behind closed doors, I guess. So anyways, with that, there is a lot of cool things going to be coming up, guys. You guys stick with us, and I'm sure that you guys will be very satisfied with all the cool things that are happening. But with that being said, it's Friday. Go out there and do something good. And just like Eric said, today was, what day was it?
First day of Chinese New Year.
First day of Chinese New Year, guys. So anyways, go celebrate for our Chinese friends out there. And I guess this is the end of the day. We'll be back on Monday, but go ahead and keep on checking back on the PrescottTimes.com in order for you to go ahead and see what's happening and what's getting released, because it could affect you in every way. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and happiness. Let it not be war. And remember, love always wins. Thank you so very much, Eric. Thank you, everybody, for watching.